Hey, what's going on, everybody? Movie Phantom here, and guess what? It's Friday, and we are still going through these top 50 right here. Alrighty, and we're coming up to 20 to 11. We're getting close. I'll tell you right now, almost every one of these on here, I was just shocked it wasn't in my top 10. Like, seriously, I know that sounds ridiculous, but whenever you would have asked me before, hey, Phantom, what about this movie right here? I'd be like, top 10. What about that movie right there? Top 10. And then I actually map them out. I put them all out there. I put them all in front of me. And I had the table was just cluttered. And I started breaking it down. And I'm like, holy shit, this movie's not my top 10. Holy shit. That's the thing. I had too many just, great 5-star fucking films here. But, hey, we do what we can, and here we go. So instead of calling it 20 to 11, I just want to call it top 10, the B edition. The extended version. Because I love every one of these movies. Like, seriously, every one of these movies, I'm just like, fucking 5-star. Brilliant. Brilliant. You go back to any of these I did a review on. I'm pretty sure I did a review on every one of these, actually. It's all brilliant. Like, it's all just, I blew every one of these fucking movies, so. Alright, number 20. I don't own this one. I know, right? Need to. I hate I have it on VHS somewhere. I need to get the DVD of it. This is a movie that I loved as a kid, and then I went to go review it, and I was a little worried, because I was like, oh, what if this doesn't hold? I've done that a lot, where I've loved the movie as a kid, and then I reviewed it as an adult, and I'm just like, wow, this is just kind of bad. I Know What You Did Last Summer? Anybody remember that? Yeah, that was shit. I loved it as a kid. And I was just like, I watched it as an adult, like, wow, this was just a bad movie. I loved that. The movie in question is, at number 20, Prince of Darkness. Still fucking holds up. Still brilliant. And like, literally, for the longest time as a kid, probably my favorite John Carpenter movie. And I say favorite, and as you can see in my top 20 here, there was like 3 or 4 that were my favorite Carpenter movies. But I didn't really like I didn't really love Halloween as much as I do now until later on in life. Like, as a kid, I thought it was really good. But it was like one of my, it wasn't my least favorite, but it was a little lower on the list. It was like 2 or 3, I think. And I was a big fan of Halloween 4, which, as you can see now, that was back in the first edition of this. So, but Prince of Darkness was always one of my favorite movies. I love movies where people are trapped, whether it be in a house or on a boat or just somewhere where they're stuck somewhere and there is evil or something trying to hurt them out here. I love those kind of movies. Like, I don't know what it is about them. And the fact that you had Alice Cooper as the head hobo on this movie, brilliant. The cast is just full of Carpenter regulars. I loved every one of them. And I thought the story was great. And then upon rewatching it, when I rewatched it, I don't know, I don't remember if it was right before my hiatus or either way, I was just like, still awesome. Like, it still holds up. So, Prince of Darkness, number 20. At 19, 28 days later. Boom! This is just intense. And this has definitely got more, whereas 28 weeks later definitely has more action to it. And don't get me wrong, this has plenty of action as well, but it's definitely more drama, more on the human element. And you care for every fucking person. Like, the 4 main characters in this one, you care for every single one of them. Dude, when Brendan Gleeson gets that drop of blood in his eye, dude, I get choked up. I even started yelling, screaming, like, don't look up, don't kick the fucking thing. And guess what? He gets her right in the eye. And the fact that, his last words is to his daughter, he tells her, he's sorry for yelling at her, and that he loves him, or loves her, and then he starts fucking changing. And you're just like, oh, it's just so heart-wrenching. It really is. Awesome movie. Just fucking brilliant. Boom. Just reviewed this last week, I believe. Right here, number 18, Scream. Boom. I'm not going to go too much on this, so I just did the review. Awesome. Fucking awesome. Just brilliant movie. Okay, these next 2... I didn't realize I did not plan this way. I didn't plan these next 2 to be right here next to each other. It just worked out this way. At number 17, my second favorite vampire movie. For a long time, I kept throwing Let Me In above this one. But then I rewatched this one recently and I was like, nah, you can't do that. I gotta take Let Me In. It drops a little bit. Still great. Let Me In's a great movie. So close to being on top 50, but just didn't quite make it. Number 2, Lost Boys. Boom. Badass! Fucking badass! I just did a review for this like recently. I'm not gonna go into it, but it's awesome. And the next one, number 16 on this list, is my number 1 vampire movie of all time. And those of you who know me very well, they know what I'm gonna say. From Dusk Till Dawn. Boom! Quentin Tarantino, George Clooney. Holy shit! Gecko Brothers are awesome. I still haven't seen the TV series. I hear great things. I can't bring myself to watch it. I just can't. I love this one too much. I'm going to finally sit down and watch the series on Netflix right now, actually. And I keep meaning to sit down marathon it, but hey, this is awesome. This is just badass right here. This is the movie I was really shocked. Like, as we're going further down, don't get me wrong, I was really kind of surprised that Scream, and I guess I didn't really think about these two together, but when I started placing them, I just assumed one of them would be in the top 10. These next 5, I really was just like, oh, it broke my heart to be like, these can't be my top 10. Like, there are 10 other movies that are better than you 5. And it broke my heart to do that. I literally just like, oh, this was the most agonizing. Like, trying to organize this. And these were the shockers. These were personal shockers that I could not believe that, you know, these didn't make my top 10. At number 15, the original Friday the 13th. Boom. Boom. You know, what am I going to say? You guys haven't already heard. Just brilliant. Just fucking brilliant. I had the first 3 or 4 on VHS, like on one tape. Like all crammed together on like an 8-hour tape or whatever. And I wore that tape out, like literally got to the point where it literally you couldn't even watch it anymore. That's how much I watched these as a kid. I think I had the first 8 on VHS. I didn't have Jason Goes to Hell. That's like the only one I didn't have. Maybe I didn't have 3 either. Like somehow I skipped that for whatever reason. I didn't have it either. But I had the others, just boom, and I watched them like religiously. Huge fan of every one of them. And yeah, really shocked this does not make the top 10, but 15's nothing to sneeze at. At 14, this is another one I'm just blown away didn't make my top 10. A Nightmare on Elm Street. Oh, awesome. Awesome movie. Loved it. Not top 10 awesome, but awesome and loved. No, I mean, that's a joke. I mean, it clearly is a top 10 movie, just not mine. This movie right here, this is one I don't hear, and this is like one that has a lot of respect and admiration, but I just don't hear anything. And I mean anything about this movie online. Like, it just... Every now and then you get like some random guy come out of nowhere and be like, this is a classic hidden gem of a film and you should respect this movie. Yeah, but other than that, I don't hear very many people talk about this movie, but this is one of my favorites. In fact, the first time I watched it, instantly fell in love with it. Watched it like 2 or 3 times when I first bought it, and then yeah, seen it like, you know, I watch it at least once a year, every year. And that is Carnival of Souls, the original. Boom. Love this movie. Creepy. This is low-budget filmmaking at its finest. I mean, it really is. Don't get me wrong, Halloween is an amazing film done on low budget. But look at this. This is even cheaper made. That didn't even sound grammatically correct. Anyways, this was done cheaper, and to me, it's just as eerie. Just as, you know, it just has those spooky kind of, I don't know. If you haven't seen this, do yourself a favor, check this out. Carnival of Souls, awesome. Okay, number 12. Devil's Rejects. Oh, love this movie. I mean, this is another one. I'm just like, oh, this didn't make my top 10. I was just as shocked as maybe some people out there. I was just like, oh, love it though. I mean, I can't speak highly enough of this movie. Just brilliant. And number 11, closing out this week's segment of my top 50. One of my personal favorites. Carrie. Boom. Yeah, I mean, what can you say about this movie that hasn't already been said? I mean, seriously, I know it sounds cliche, but it's true. Like, this is just, to me, amazing. Just, in a nutshell, amazing. And this is another one of those that don't get me wrong, I know, and the first time I watched it, I knew it was just all going to be a build-up to the Prom Massacre. Like, every advertisement that I watched, about this movie, before it came out, I wasn't around before it came out, but talk about, on DVDs and shit. Any trailer you saw, it was like you already knew the story in a way. Like, it's weird because the movies came out, like, just shortly after the book, but you knew, like, prom was when shit's going down. And as, when I watched it, and I watched it when I was probably in junior high or maybe even late elementary school. Either way, when I watched it, I knew ahead of time, like, this is just one I got to stick with. And the end's gonna blow me away. But you grow to like really get involved with the characters. Like especially Carrie White. Like you feel so bad because you watch her come out of her shit. In fact, in all honesty, and I'm not even trying to, whatever. If this was like redid in a way where there was no telekinesis, plot to it. Like it was just a typical teen movie. I would be so invested. Like, this could easily be a John Hughes movie about, you know, the nerdy girl who breaks out of her shell, the ugly duckling turned into a beautiful swan, and I would love it just the same. I really would. But then, you add some fucking carnage and mayhem on top of that, and boom, you get number 11 of the top 50 horror films of all time. That's what you get right there. Love this movie. Still holds up today. Like, still holds up today. I don't care. It still holds up today. Great. I love it. Boom. There it is. Guys, next Friday, we're getting down to the main event. The Movie Fandom's top 10 horror films of all time. And it was a labor of love trying to get that broken down. Because I'm not even joking. Whenever Justin Ryan first popped out the, you know, he's doing his top 50 horror films and everything, I was like, I want to do this. I did my top 50. I busted out like easily over 70. Like, I had over 70 films. And even then, I was still going through there like, I know that won't even make it, but I'll go ahead and pull it out. And so I'm sitting there, and then I had to break it down, and then I had to rearrange. Like, I'm telling you right now, I want to see more of you people do this. Like, I really do. Like, I think if anything else, I would love to see what you guys are thinking. You know, what's your top 50? I'd say if you don't want to do the full 50, which I think right now you should. If you just want to do the top 10, I would love to even see that. But right now, it's definitely harder than you think. It really is. You're constantly like, yeah, at least something now. I literally had to go through my list like 4 or 5 times before I even started the first video because I was like, I want to make sure this is fucking solid right here. So there you guys go. 20 through 11. And yeah, next week, the Movie Fam's top 10 horror films of all time. Boom.